Okay, so this video is about a comparison between the GDP per capita between India and other countries. So we wanted to compare what India earns with respect to other countries. Some of the neighboring countries and mainly the developed countries is what we want to measure. The data that we have taken is the World Bank data 2019, and the exchange rate that has been taken is 2021. $1 is equals to 73.26 rupees. So before we proceed further, this comparison of income, how much an average Indian earns per year with respect to the other country, is mainly based on GDP, right? GDP per capita. So first of all, let's clear that out, what is GDP and GDP per capita. So I won't make it much complicated. We'll simplify. We'll take in examples. Two households, one we'll call it as developed household and another one we'll call it as developing household, right? So in the developed household, say for example, you have certain individuals doing business and making profit out of it. So they have their expenses and everything running for that business, all has been separated out, minus and the profit. So if that profit is 4 lakhs, and there are certain individuals which do job in private sector, and they for example make 2 lakhs. So for business, the profit that they make is 4 lakh, and for from servicing they are making 2 lakhs. So the total would be 4 plus 2, 6 lakhs that this particular household is making. So this is what we'll call as the GDP, right? So of, if instead of an household, if this is a country, this is what the GDP is called, the goods and services produced within the borders of that country. Now another household, the developing household, say that none of the persons do any business in that, and only individuals are doing jobs, and from that jobs they are making 2 lakhs for an example. So that will be the GDP of that particular household, or income of that household. Now in the developed one, you have 3 individuals in total living in that house. So 6 lakhs they were making, and 3 lakhs is 3 individuals are in total. So 6 divided by 3 is 2 lakhs per each individual, is what will be called as GDP per capita, or the income divided by each individual. So in the developed household, it will be 2 lakhs. 6 lakhs divided by 3, 2 lakhs each individual will get. Now in the developing one, what will happen is, say for example, they have 4 members, right? So 2 lakhs divided by 4, that would come out to be 0.5 lakhs or 50,000. So each individual is making 50,000, right? So in the developed one, they are making 2 lakhs individually, and in the developing one they are making 50,000 or 0.5 lakhs, right? This is comparison between two households, GDP and GDP per capita, right? The income that is made within the country from the goods and the services all produced within the borders divided by its population will give you the GDP per capita. So in this example, obviously the GDP, this was household to make it simplify, but instead in terms of countries we'll be taking the GDP. So now you can understand the GDP will be the total income of that country, and divided by the number of population of that country will give you the GDP per capita. Now this is not the exact or the correct parameter to judge a country's income, or what you can say the prosperity per se, but for simplicity we will proceed with this itself. So the focus is going to be India, and in comparison to India, where the other countries, or where India stands with respect to the other countries. First we'll proceed from the lowest to the highest. So we'll go from there will be certain countries below than India, and then we'll proceed to India, and developed countries obviously having more GDP per capita than India, right? So the first would be Pakistan. So we'll start with our neighboring ones, Pakistan. Pakistan per capita is 1284 US dollars or 0.94 lakhs, right? So that is less than a lakh per individual per year, right? So based on that, we can imagine the standard of living that the particular country will be maintaining, or the individuals will be living that certain lifestyle in there. Obviously, this also comes into the developing, or rather below developing countries still trying to uh, go above the most of the population trying to go above the poverty line, and so uh, 1 lakh is considerably less for a population per individual per year. So each year they are making that, so that is less than 10,000 rupees per month per individual. Now obviously that depends in the on that particular country and the purchasing power as well, because purchasing power parity is another definition that comes into play, that the items will be comparatively less compared to other countries, developed countries. But for simplicity's sake, what we are going to do is we are going to proceed like this and judge it from this itself. So 1 lakh is what, below than 1 lakh is what Pakistan has. Now moving forward, Bangladesh has higher than Pakistan, that is 1855 US dollars or 1.35 lakhs, right? It is higher comparative to Pakistan, and that will also somewhat give you the idea of the standard of living that Bangladeshis would be enjoying comparative to Pakistan. More or less the scenarios is someone same, but Bangladesh with this textile industry has moved up the ladder and provided a better standard of living to its individual. Uh, Good that they separated out in 1971 from East and West Pakistan. Good for them. Okay. Now, next is India. So, India is 2099 US dollars or 1.53 lakhs, right? So this is 1.53 lakhs is what an individual in India on an average makes per year, right? So this is not a high amount. This is 12,500 per month per individual. If that is from a lower class individual, then most probably they won't afford, they will not have a house as well of their own, so mostly living on rent, so they have to take care of their expenses of rent, uh, the daily food items, then traveling. With all that, 12,500 in India might not be sufficient to live a good standard of living. So that is per month. Now this is an average, so we obviously know that there are rich individuals as well in our country, and then there are the ones which are earning less than 12,500 as well. So this gives an average. Obviously that is an there is a difference between state to state as well. uh, an individual in Delhi, per month per GDP per capita of individual in Delhi would be different than GDP per capita of an individual living in Tamil Nadu or Goa. So that would be in video for all together, a different video for another time, where we compare the GDP per capita between different states of our country itself. There are differences. Obviously there are low income states as compared to higher income states, so there are income inequalities which will be which we can discuss in further videos. So for now we are comparing just the country as a whole. 12,500 is an average per month per individual of our country. Moving forward, so China is 10261 US dollars, so 7.5 lakhs. So China is comparatively higher than us. It is 7.5 lakhs and we were at 1.5 lakhs, right? 5 times higher than us. 7.5 lakhs would somewhere be about 62,500 per month, right? So 50,000 per month than what an average individual in India is earning. 50,000. So that is quite high. We are earning 12,500 and they are earning 62,500, 50,000 higher, and their population is also more than us. So number one population in the whole world, and we are on the second. So their standard of living is higher in comparison to India, and they have done considerably good with respect to when they got independence and where they currently are standing. 5 times than us is a very good achievement economical wise. Now moving forward, we have Russia is 8.45, higher than 8.45 lakhs or 11585 US dollars, right? This is higher than so this is at exchange rate of 2021 72.26, and this data is World Bank's data 2019. So 8.45 lakhs. This both countries, obviously India, China and Russia, will be considered in the developing countries, but you can see the stark difference between developing countries itself, right? We being a BRICS nation, part of the BRICS association, developing nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, right? So South Africa, we are the part of that, and in that comparatively we will be the least. China and Russia, has shown here, are higher, and it's not that the difference is marginally they are up. China is itself 5 times higher than us, and then Russia is even more that. So we would have to look because obviously we are not going to compare ourselves with the countries which are below than us, Bangladesh and Pakistan. We would be competing, or India always try to compete with respect to China, our contemporaries. So we would have to increase substantially on that part, so that the standard of living increases of our population compared to what the other individuals in the world are living. And the difference in income itself is giving us an idea that the difference is quite high. Now we are proceeding now towards the developed countries. Obviously this will be even more higher than what previously we saw between China and Russia with respect to India. So United Kingdom is 42330 US dollars, or 30.09 lakhs. So 30 lakhs per individual per year is what they make in UK. A very small country as well, so the size of the population is also smaller, but obviously through the colonial time they have made enough of reserves and enough industrialization and development, so that they are considered in the developed countries, and hence their income is 30 lakhs per individual per year. United Arab Emirates, UAE. So lot of individuals from our country, especially from Kerala, to move out to UAE. UAE stands at 43103 US dollars, or 31.46 lakhs, higher than UK, and 31 lakhs is a good amount. Canada, so a lot of individuals from our country, especially Punjabis, is a popular destination. Canada is a popular destination for them. Canada stands at 46194 US dollars, or 33.72 lakhs, right? So this is a significantly more improved number, and we would have to give credit as well, because the population in comparison to UAE and UK is higher for Canada. So even though this is a bigger country in size and in population, it is managing a quite significant and higher number, is very much commendable. Now Germany, so Germany is 46,445 US dollars, or 33.90 lakhs, right? So the economic capital of Europe, Germany, uh, tuition free education. Lot of individuals from India do prefer it for higher education and move out there. So uh, very good option. They can have a good standard of living there and get a job itself there, earn handsomely, and live a good standard of living. Next, Australia. Australia also is a popular destination just like Canada. Mainly between one of the common reasons would be the common interest between India and Australia in cricket, passionately followed cricket. So Australia stands at 55060 US dollars, or 40.33 lakh. Again, a sizable country, bigger population than the other developed countries. It has a more population than Germany and UK, UAE as well. So 40 lakhs per individual per year is a good amount to maintain a very good standard of living, and that's why all these countries are considered in the developed country categories. The amount of money that you have will directly proportional to the standard of living that you maintain in that particular country. Singapore is 65233 US dollars, or 47.62 lakhs. So UAE and Singapore would be two countries close to India where an individual who would like to stay close to their homeland, India, would prefer, because it's a 4 hours journey to each of these countries and you can stay close by. Between the two countries, obviously, UAE is having higher amount, as you can see, 47 lakhs, but do keep in mind that the standard of living of Singapore is one of the highest, or maybe the highest in the world. So if you do move out there, make sure that your accommodation, transportation, and food, lodging is being taken care by the company itself. Then this is a very good option to be there. You can make a considerable amount living in Singapore and provide a very good, this is considered in the developed countries, so a very good standard of living. So United States, the dream country, the land of opportunity that everyone wants to be. It stands at 65297 US dollars, or 47.66 lakhs, right? So a lot of individuals move out to United States for higher studies and then acquire job there. A lot of IT, most of the Silicon Valley IT individuals, major companies is being run by Indians. Satya Nadella, Sundar Pichai, right? All these individuals in IT companies. So this is also again an average of per individual. They will be lower than this and they will be higher than this. Most of the Indians that we will be looking at will be a skilled labor, high-end labor, with mostly in IT fields, will have more than 65297 US dollars, $65,000. They will be earning more than that. $100,000 per year can reach out to or go above, because they go into the premier category of highly skilled labor, right? So this is just an average, but as again, the average itself is a very handsome amount, thus collaborating to a very good standard of living maintained by United States and its population, 47 lakhs. Now it's not like United States is the highest. uh, People might have the conception that it can the money that is provided there would be the highest GDP per capita, but the Scandinavian countries have always been high in major parameters. So here also one of the Scandinavian country, Norway, standing at 75419 US dollars, or 55.05 lakhs, right? So the Scandinavian countries, be it human index or happiness index, health parameters, have always tops the chart. They always top the chart, and this is one of the reasons that they have uh, per capita income as well going up. So very good country to live in and maintain a higher standard of living on good amount, right? So this is in comparison to the world what we wanted to reflect and show where India stands at, right? So as we saw that they, with respect to the countries, even the developing countries, China, Russia, that we want to compare ourselves with, we are considerably behind, and that's why the standard of living is not that high or at par with the rest of the developing countries as what it should be. And with respect to the developed countries, obviously we are far behind. With China we are 5 times behind. With US, if we have to compare, then we are 31 times behind, right? There's 65,000 US dollars, they are at 47 lakhs per annum per individual. So we, India would have to work really high to meet uh, that difference in the income that we have at our end. And that is what we wanted to show in this video. Thank you for your time. Thank you.